People are gonna call it a lot of things.
Luscious.
How would I describe it?
Lusty.
Lusty certainly is one at times.
It's just simply a show that you would have to watch.
It's so much more than you could possibly conceive of.
This is not a female Queer as Folk.
There's a lot less drugs and a lot less dancing.
It's a show about a group of wonderful women.
And also this guy. Never forget the guy.
The L Word is the first of its kind.
I think the show defies any kind of category.
The latest buzzword is the L Word, a provocative Showtime original series that has America talking, or leaves it speechless.
I look at it as the biggest thrill of my life, pretty much.
About women and the women who love them, the L Word is making television history, and it's been a long time coming. In 1991, TV saw its first lesbian kiss on LA Law. Shortly after, CJ, the bisexual lawyer, saw the door. A few years later, Roseanne got kissed, Ally McBeal was hetero-flexible, and even Party of Five's very own good girl got confused. Yet even the smallest same-sex smooches have been cause enough for uproar and fallout. But in recent years, with the success of shows like Queer as Folk, Will and Grace, and Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, America has proven it's ready to experiment. Or is it?
I really don't understand where this trend is coming from, but
I think it's clear that things are changing.
I'd like to believe that America is becoming more open.
it's really hard to believe, but it may be true.
And Queer as Folk is so responsible for making the show ever hit the air. If it wasn't for that show, this show wouldn't have gone on first.
America's being exposed more and more and realizing that, guess what? Who we sleep with doesn't define who we are.
It's the same as watching any other hour-long, except their circumstances we're not used to seeing on television. To that extent, it is groundbreaking.
Jen?
There's that thing about people just wanting to put all the gay material into a big bucket and call it the same. That's annoying.
I think that people are fed up with being backed into a corner and being marginalized and told what their lifestyle is.
I think very quickly people are going to forget they're watching a show about lesbians per se.
I hope that the world really opens their arms.
Sexuality is fluid. Whether you're gay or you're straight or you're bisexual, you just go with the flow.
It shows the beauty of our diversity in the community and reflects somehow what the gay community is like.
Even taking TV's biggest gay breakthroughs into account, there has never been a series like the L Word.
There's enormous pressure.
It doesn't have that sort of self-conscious sort of trying to undo a stereotype.
We certainly can't represent all lesbians at every end of the spectrum.
There are a lot of subcultures within the lesbian community, and I think we'll portray them as they come into our stories.
I would challenge you to find a lesbian who doesn't want to see themselves on TV, and not everyone's going to see themselves.
I stepped away from that because I realized that that is an impossible task, and that my responsibility is to tell these stories and what is the truth for these women.
I've talked to so many lesbians about this show in the process of making it, and everyone will say, well, as long as there's a cowboy boot wearing, lesbian with 4 cats and a girlfriend who's Chinese, and I'm like, you just described yourself.
We live in Los Angeles. We are from like a certain trendiness in LA.
My greatest responsibility is to be as truthful as I can, given the scenes that I'm asked to play.
And I've already felt the real pressure of people saying, well, isn't it true that they're all going to be lipstick lesbians? Or isn't it true that, men control the content of the show? Or it can only be a good show if lesbians play the parts? I'm like, no, actors play the parts. Actually, actors are better at acting than lesbians might be.
Jennifer Beals and an ensemble cast illuminate life in the City of Angels.
I play Bet Porter. I'm a complete type A personality. She certainly thinks she's the adult in the group.
Bet goes through life in a forceful way.
Tina, you invited someone to dinner and had the worst fucking day.
She's been with Tina for 7 years.
Here I am. Tina is the better half of Bet Porter. She has just quit her job.
And they're about to try to start to have a family.
We're both ready to start a family, right?
Absolutely. She has the responsibility for supporting her family, and it's a role that women weren't necessarily brought up to think would be on their shoulders.
What I like exploring about Tina is that there's a certain loss of identity if you've always been self-sufficient financially, and all of a sudden you've just made this decision and you're gonna, be supported by your partners.
You're not wearing that dress.
Yeah,
I'll just pick something else out. Can you at least just take the tags off the present?
So a lot of what goes on with my character is she loses a certain sense of independence.
Just promise me that you'll come home for dinner tonight. I will try tonight. That is the best I can do.
I portray a musician and singer named Kit Porter. She's the half-sister of Bette Porter, portrayed by Jennifer Beals. She's the Ivy League sister, and I'm the street sister. Hey! She's just dealing with the demons.
Is this a 12-step thing?
I have to do this or I'm not gonna get my license back. And her crutch is her alcoholism.
Tim is the next-door neighbor to Bette and Tina in the show.
Hey, Tim. Good luck.
Who is preparing his home to receive his girlfriend.
I play Jenny Schechter, who moves to LA to be with her boyfriend.
I offer you a ride.
She's this exuberant, sexually open woman who's on this sort of sexual odyssey. Just absolutely trying to do the right thing, but can't.
Jenny, this is Marina. Wow.
Marina is the mysterious one.
There you are.
Marina's beautiful, and I think that it's easy to make Marina into this fantasy object for Jenny.
Whenever you're fearless, you're so attractive.
He is progressive. He's a sensitive guy, but he's not wimpy.
You don't trust her. You don't marry her. I trust her.
That was Marina. We're gonna have dinner on Saturday night.
Have dinner with Marina, it's fine. I don't control her life in any kind of macho way and give her leeway to be who she needs to be.
The relationship with Marina shakes the foundation of Jenny's life. You know, Tim has been so wonderful to me, and I think that this is the very first time in my life that I've actually felt safe.
Do you want to be safe?
I gave her enough slack to hang me with.
I think this is the first time in her life that she's really forced to sort of examine the emotional havoc that her choices have made.
I play Dana Fairbanks. Dana is a professional tennis player. She's not huge yet, but she's certainly on her way, I guess. I'm out with all of these friends.
Dana Fairbanks at the Planet in West Hollywood?
Shh. She doesn't want her tennis fans to know she's a gay lady.
But very much in the closet publicly because of career pressures.
Hey.
Billie Jean King lost every campaign she had when she came out of the closet.
You can be a les when you retire.
These are very real pressures. Me, Erin, would want to see her come out just because I think it's so much easier to be successful and happy if you're honest with yourself.
I play Alice Piasecki. I'm a bisexual journalist.
I wonder if I could sell a story on LA's best nipple.
She's very outspoken, which I enjoy because I'm quite the shy person.
I'm looking for the same qualities in a man as I am in a woman.
She's very adamant about being bisexual.
Spare us the gory bisexual details.
They want me to be categorized.
She's very open about it and very firm on her stance with it.
I play Shane. She's a hairdresser. Tell me what you want.
Shane's very private and very cool.
Are you with anyone?
No. She doesn't care about other people's opinions. That's a very rare quality to have.
She's kind of like the lone wolf in the whole pack.
One who's notorious for sleeping around a lot and not having any problems with it. Even though people consider that cruel. I don't do relationships. She still has a real solid heart.
Each character is a feast. You can't get enough of each character. It's rich, and I ain't lying.
To me, the show's about sexuality.
People who are gay at one time or another have dealt with those issues of sexuality in a way that's dominated their lives more than people who never have to go through the process of coming out.
It infiltrates every aspect of your life.
Sexuality in our show is sort of two things. It can be the driving force for one character, but it might be the aspect for another character.
They have more things going on than just their sexuality, just like every human being does in real life.
I can only speak for Jenny. I don't think the character's journey is about what her sexual orientation is. It's about where her life is going and who rocks her world.
And that's what I like, is that it doesn't just end with the sexuality.
I never wanted to be part of a series that was about gay women because I think that marginalizes gay women. I want to do a show about people's relationships with one another.
If you're a woman feeling love, regardless of loving a man or a woman, It's still love. The emotion doesn't change.
We understand desire from within ourselves. We have it in us.
There are a lot of issues that are talked about on the show that anyone can relate to. I mean, there's a couple trying to get pregnant that's having a hard time.
That stuff wouldn't get anyone pregnant.
Raising a kid is raising a kid.
There's, you know, Dana, my character, who's struggling with an identity, and everybody goes through that at some point.
It's way out of your league, dear.
He may be out of the CAC's league, Franklin, but he's certainly not out of mine.
There's people trying to figure out how to label themselves career-wise.
Having a job is having a job. I think that the things in life are the same pretty much across the board. We've all come to a place in our lives where we meet somebody who, when we're in a relationship or that person is in a relationship, where they sort of shake our world, and it's a choice that we make whether or not we continue on that path.
You find yourself going, I've so been there. I totally understand what she's feeling or what he's feeling in some cases.
I'd like to see you again. And I think that those stories will resonate to people who aren't gay.
What a rare opportunity to get to do a show with a bunch of women who are interested in doing a show about real women.
I think usually what attracts people to shows is unique voices, is interesting writing.
I thought Jenny was straight.
Dana, most girls are straight until they're not.
Hopefully we have that. I know we have that. We have that.
It's about relationships and ambition and fidelity and monogamy and all of the things that life is about.
The show's ability to take universal themes into new territory has sparked interest among cutting-edge directors. Mary Harron, responsible for hits like American Psycho and I Shot Andy Warhol, Tony Goldwyn, known for his critically acclaimed A Walk on the Moon, and Rose Trochet, who adapted and directed The Safety of Objects, are among the many filmmakers collaborating with award-winning producer Eileen Shaken, giving the show a look and feel like no other.
Each of these filmmakers has carved a little niche for themselves, where they explore intimacy and sexuality and coldness in our society.
It had almost been 10 years since I'd done Go Fish. It seemed about time that someone was doing a show with lesbian content.
I feel responsible, like I want to make sure that it's as good as it can be.
I just got a chance to watch some of the episodes yesterday, and I was really surprised myself how different they look. And it's fun working with different directors because it brings out a different part of you when you're acting. It's never felt like we're making a TV show. We have rehearsals on the weekend. We're allowed to improvise scenes. It does feel like the little original films that are being made every week, and that's highly unusual in terms of television.
For a first season show, we've had amazing good luck getting guest stars.
Rosanna Arquette is on the show, Lolita Davidovich, Ann Archer, Ossie Davis.
I don't understand.
I'm pregnant.
We got some great guest stars giving amazing performances.
Today we're with Snoop Dogg. We're all very excited. We're saving our call sheets to have when we're grandmas.
I'm always really thankful when we have big group scenes because I know I'm going to laugh really hard that day.
There's a giant billboard of Shane on Sunset.
Just kidding.
When you hear like LA actress, you're like, what is this gonna be? This is gonna be a lot of women who, you know, look into every shiny surface as they walk by. But this is a really down-to-earth group of women who just have a whole lot in common.
One of the nice things about being plucked away from your home, these are women who do hang out together a lot.
Actually, Mia and Leisha and I all live next door to each other.
And Kate, who plays Shane, lives down the street from us.
We all get together and play loud music and dance around the living room together.
We literally can't get enough of each other. When we leave the set, we're all going out to dinner or for drinks or to the movies.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now she's cute.
And I think it's grown as you watch the episodes. It's sort of become more obvious that we're becoming closer.
We have this unspoken understanding with each other.
Fresh meat. New blood. Crispy.
I think it's not by accident that this show ended up on Showtime, because this show couldn't have been on any other network.
I was a lesbian in 1974.
There's not the micromanaging of the every moment of the show.
That is what we refer to as a has-been.
The creative freedom has to do with being able to tell stories more frankly.
I think the way we talk is a lot more real.
Oh, she looks like she's having fun.
She's being mounted.
The L Word glimpses into the lives of a group of women, and by doing so, changes the face of television forever.
I think it's that everybody believes that the show is needed socially. It fulfills two needs: the need to work, the need to feel like you're doing something in the world.
I'm particularly proud of bringing to the forefront a group that has been for so long treated as an outsider.
I think we've nailed the fact that, yeah, a woman can love a woman, period. They're not crazy for it, they're not wrong for doing that, and they're just another human being going about their life.
What does the L word mean?
What did someone say, lunch?
It's become much more than just a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I think it represents anything you want it to, and that's what's great about it.
Love.
Loss.
Legs. No, I'm kidding.
The L word means the word that's not spoken.
When mom and dad disown you and all, I'll still come and visit.
And I love its little badness. I love its euphemistic, like, bad quality.
The L Word is a show about living the life you love, loving the life you live.